Hey everybody, it's Danielle Damianov with Wind Down Wednesday, and I'm here today with Kari Wolf. I'm so excited. She is the female founder of My Undercover Agent, and she is tech founder, real estate tech founder, startup. She's going to tell us all about it. So I'm so excited to have you here. I really appreciate it. And tell us a little bit about what My Undercover Agent is.
Wonderful. Well, Danielle, first of all, thank you so much for the invitation. And I'm looking forward to sharing with your viewers what My Undercover Agent is. And usually the way I like to start is by sharing a really interesting yet unsettling statement made by the founder of Compass, who stated that realtors can only spend 11% of their time with their customers because 89% of their time is spent on non-core administrative tasks. Crazy, right?
Wow.
Well, and as you mentioned, I'm Kari Wolf, the founder of My Undercover Agent, and we are a real estate tech startup envisioned, developed, and based right here in Southwest Florida. And additionally, I have been a Southwest Florida realtor for over 16 years, and I lived that stat. And it was during my time of doing residential real estate that I became increasingly frustrated with how much time it was taking me to offer my customers an elevated level of service. So when I began to look into that, it really boiled down to how much time I was spending doing all the necessary research to offer that elevated level of service. And it truly boiled down to the information, not only researching it, but having to maintain it, keep it updated, and having a user-friendly way to share it with our customers.
Right.
So when we couldn't find a better way, we decided it was time to build it. And that is what we did. And My Undercover Agent is a customer service database for realtors, offering them quick access to the most sought after hyper-local data needed to service their customers at that elevated level. But better yet, it is constantly maintained data by our full-time data technicians. So it's, if you think about it, like how the MLS came about in the early 1990s, realtors needed a centralized database to house the vast quantity of listing data, making it searchable and shareable. That's the same concept behind My Undercover Agent, but for all of the supplemental hyperlocal data that they need quick access to. So My Undercover Agent basically is giving them the benefit of doing the research for them so they can focus on the more important tasks, and that is being with their customers and focusing on revenue generating tasks. So
I love it. So one of the things that we had talked about is that this is local here in Southwest Florida, but you are planning on taking it national.
Absolutely. So yes, we are currently a Southwest Florida launched real estate tech startup with big dreams. And our intention is to take this national, because basically we are established for Lee County currently, but because at the heart of what we are is a data company, we certainly see this being a beneficial model for realtors across the country. So yes, we definitely will be going national with this.
That's awesome. What you're telling me, the data that we're going to be seeing is Lee County, Florida. Eventually, it will be other counties nationwide. But right now, you're able to service Lee County, basically beta test it, make sure it's working properly, and then you'll be taking this national.
Exactly. So that is what we are currently developed for. We are in our Lee County, Florida launch at the moment. Collier County, Florida will be our next launch. And then after those two have been established, then we intend to take this national. So yes, lots of exciting things going on. We've actually been endorsed by the two largest boards of realtors in Lee County. So the Benita Estero board offers us as a member benefit, and the Royal Palm board actually has put us into their single sign-on Clarity dashboard. So realtors can actually have immediate access to us right through that. So lots of exciting things. And in 2020, we were actually awarded the Innovation Award from the Southwest Florida Regional Tech Partnership as well. So lots of exciting stuff going on with our real estate tech startup, and I'm looking forward to showing you how it all works.
Let's see it. Let's take a spin. We're going to see
Perfect.
exactly how my undercover agent works.
So this is my undercover agent. And as I had mentioned earlier, if you think about it like how the MLS functions, we are a large database where our realtors can have quick access to the information they need, whether it's on our platform or in the field through our fully developed iOS and Android apps. So I'm going to go ahead and take you right into the platform, and we're going to land on the dashboard. And there are two benefits to how we've structured my undercover agent for our realtors. There is an MUA Lite tier, which gives them free, unlimited access to all of our data. And that primary purpose is to cut down on their research time and have quick answers, especially in the field when time is of the essence. Back in the day, realtors could be in the field and customers might say that, you know, this is one of our favorite properties, but we're going to take the night and sleep on it and do a little more digging about the area. Well, they don't have that luxury anymore. They need to have answers right then and there so that they can get those offers in. And additionally, we have an MUA Pro tier, which then allows our realtors to be able to share any of our data segments with their customers through our interactive agent branded reports. So with that, our realtors have access to our dashboard, local areas, business directory, builders and communities, realtor tools and information. Our user interface has been made extremely friendly. Having been in the real estate world, we wanted to make sure that it would be a very simple system for them to not only onboard into, but to be able to use quickly. And additionally, we've created what we call self-guided page tours. So it is the most simple system to learn about all the features and benefits just by clicking our self-guided page tours. Now, I've actually just landed on what we call our interactive map, and this is one of the best ways to put in perspective all that MUA has for our realtors. So what we have now is a database with over 1,000 community showcases, over 100 builder snapshots. We have over 200 projects and developments. And here's where I like to share. Realtors are supposed to know all things, and they do have to wear many hats, but that data is constantly changing. So we actually keep that information updated for them so that they can have quick access. So as an example, if I go to our interactive map and I put in a particular address, they are going to get an immediate showcase of all that's nearby. And this is structured off of Google Maps. So maybe you're out in the field with that buyer and the buyer's asking, hey, is there a park nearby that has a tennis court? Or I'm an avid golfer, where's the closest golf course? Well, this is what our interactive map gives them quick access to. So everything you're seeing here that's populated are the daily living type things, grocery stores, hardware stores, the gym. But here's where it gets fun. I'm going to clear those and show you really the heart of what this does for them. So being Google Maps, these pins have remained now that I've cleared them because they're points of interest by Google Maps. So as an example, you see Coral Oaks Golf Course here. Google Maps, when you click on that pin, only tells you the name, address, and you have to go to Google Maps, find the website, go and find the information the customer is looking for. Well, now with MUA, if you come down and you click on golfing and that MUA pin populates, when you click on that now, you have immediate access to our data set. So now you know who designed the course, the amenities it offers, and additionally, if there's any sort of pricing information. And if that's not enough information to answer those questions at that open house or when you're sitting with sellers, all they have to do is click on the name and it opens the full data page within My Undercover Agent that now gives them quick access to descriptions, scorecards, pictures, clubhouse descriptions, pricing, membership info. And all of this is one click of a button and they have quick access. And that same concept applies to schools, marinas, communities, projects and developments. So now our realtors have immediate access. And one of the things I love to showcase in Cape Coral is where we're located here, is that maybe it's that avid boater and they want to know about bridge heights, or maybe they want to know where the closest boat ramp is and how far it is out to open water, or that marina. So with all of these map tags, our agents have quick access to be able to click and have immediate information. So no longer are they making that list in the field and having to go back to the office and research information. Here in the palm of their hand through our apps, they have immediate access to all of that hyper local information.
So I just
go ahead.
It's very, and do you hear an echo? There's for buyers and real estate agents working with buyers, this is huge because when you're showing property, and we'll talk about Cape Coral, when you're showing property to a boater and they have a sailboat, the last thing you want to do is put them in a home or show them homes where the sailboat is not going to be able to get to open water due to the bridges. And I know as you go national, every local area is going to be different in what those different, issues are for real estate agents. And then also as a seller, if I were back selling real estate, used to be a realtor in mortgage now, but if I was back selling real estate and I primarily worked with sellers, this is huge because you can go on a listing presentation and show that you've done your homework. You can show that, look, I've already done my homework to let them know exactly how long it would take for a buyer to get to open water. And so this is the thing that separates a real estate agent from all of the other real estate agents out there if they utilize this correctly, because, it's giving you information. And when you're a real estate agent, you're selling yourself, right? You're not really selling the house. You're selling yourself to whoever it is that you're going to be working with. So when you can do your due diligence quickly or on the fly, it's going to give you that much more of an edge to be able to capture more buyers and capture more sellers.
Right, absolutely. And the interactive map I'm showing you right now is only one of the many features within here because, as you just said, it has so many benefits. So if you're sitting at an open house and someone walks in and says, I drove by a construction site on the way here, what is that about? Now our realtors have quick access to our projects and development pages, or maybe it's that customer that you're meeting with that has young children asking about the schools, or maybe even wanting to showcase to your sellers how you plan to market their property in a brand new way that's going to give you that competitive advantage. So additionally, as I mentioned earlier, one of the top requests by our realtors are the community database that we have. We have over 1,000 community and neighborhood showcases. And what we've done for them is when you go into any of our community showcases, we do not compete with the MLS. We are not housing any listings. This is a supplemental product that helps to be able to give them all of that additional info. So if you're looking at a community, you've got price ranges, what type of community, the amenities it offers. And then additionally, as you open that data page, if we are in our research coming across any sort of homeowner information, then you additionally will find that within our showcases, who their utility companies are that service them, fees, frequently asked question type documents and budgets, restrictions. So all of this sort of stuff, our realtors have to research. And now with my undercover agent, they can save all that time. And this is actually where I share with our realtors. We surveyed 100 realtors and asked them on average, how much time are you spending each week doing research for your customers? On average, they said between 8 and 10 hours a week. So if they're doing that, we further ask, once you find the info, how much time is it taking you to put that together and send off to them in a user-friendly way, whether it's via email, phone call, or even in-person conversations. And on average, it was between 15 and 20 minutes. If you just take those two things over a month, they can save over 40 hours a month by using My Undercover Agent's data to their benefit. And again, I know this is a high-level introduction, so I just want to share here, because one of the big questions we get asked is, what is hyperlocal data? Well, this is what it is. It is what makes the realtor the local expert, knowing all about what each area has to offer and its benefits. And we have broken Lee County down into all the various areas. And when a realtor needs to research if there's open permits or assessments or projects and developments, area issues and concerns, also about, we have showcases, recreation and entertainment, showcasing the local area, maps, area services and utilities, and property related explainer pages. What are CDDs? What are assessments? So all of this is a click away for them. And then to have it make sense to you once you go through all of this great info they have, whether it's the business directory where they're recommending businesses, or even asking about how much do you think that might cost. If you go into, for example, one of our business directories, we're not just promoting businesses, we are equipping the realtors with sample estimates where they can find scenarios that are most similar to their customer's situation, so they can be able to answer those questions when time is of the essence. Then so much more, like in our builders and communities, I've already shown you a sample, but our builder information is updated by our data technicians every 2 weeks so that it remains current. So that's also searchable. And then we have things like realtor tools and information. Is that realtor trying to explain what a 4-point inspection is? Or maybe they're dealing with foreign sellers and need to explain how FERPTA works. All of these topics are one click away. And to put it in perspective now, what happens, Danielle, is that once our realtors have free, unlimited access to all of this data, it cuts down their research time. And then if they choose to use MUA Pro, the paid version, they can create beautiful interactive agent branded reports. And that's what I'm showing you right now. They can choose the topics depending on where their customer is in their journey and send them these beautiful interactive reports that their customer can then have quick access to this sort of information. And we are currently in development, this is very exciting news, of our customer interface where our realtors are actually going to be able to send an email invitation to their customers and invite them into the data themselves. So there are so many time-saving benefits to help the realtor elevate their customer service while giving them back time, even as far as being able to post things to social media, posting interactive reports to help promote that open house, to show sellers how they're going to be marketing their property uniquely and differently.
Now,
So,
does the Facebook posting have to do, the Facebook posting, is that with the Pro version, or does that, okay, that's with the Pro.
yes.
So what are the different benefits? And all of this is amazing. I have two questions.
Sure.
One question is, if somebody is at an open house, let's just say, and they said, you know, what is that construction over there? How can the real estate agent share that information aside from verbal with the client?
Okay, and that is why it's actually a really great tool for our realtors, because with our fully developed iOS map, our app, they can access the map immediately and show it to them right then and there. And at that point, they can say, if you'd like to share with me your email address, I can actually send you one of these interactive reports. So it's a great way for realtors to capture actual email leads and customer leads when they are sitting open houses or posting things on social media, because that is one of the big things as a realtor. How often do they get an email address from a customer that's not valid?
Right.
Well, we've actually had testimonials from our agents using this, where customers came in and did not want to put down their information. And then when our realtors showed them this kind of data that they can have, they actually then went back and filled it in. So it's really a great way to not only service customers throughout the various parts of their journey, because we have topics, Danielle, that help whether they're a brand new lead, under contract, out looking at property, and even better yet, because when I was doing real estate, where I dropped the ball a lot, was how do I stay engaged with my customers after closing? I didn't want to call and say, hey, do you have a referral for me? I was actually able with content to keep those relationships strong. And with the My Undercover Agent content, it is so easy for our realtors to be able to build these customized reports depending on where their customer is within the platform. You did ask, how do they share it? Literally in our platform, there is the Customer Manager tab is the only place our realtors have to learn how to do something. And that is where they create a file and build a report. So if I wanted to share with a customer a topic, I just go in, create new report, and now add the info. They have direct access to all of the data, and they can choose whatever it is, depending on what phase their customer is in, whether it's communities or the hyper-local info that I showed. And one click, they're able to create those beautiful agent-branded reports.
I love it. Now, what are the differences between the free, well, not free, but like the upgraded version and the lower level?
Right. So the two tiers that we offer, MUA Lite, is free, unlimited access to the entire database. So that basically is meant to help cut down the research time of our realtors and keep them as the local expert. If they then want to share any of that information with their customers, that's the upgraded tier of MUA Pro, and that is for $44.95 a month. So they will then have access to all of this information for the price of a good meal. So that is all tied to the Customer Manager. And the beauty here is we actually give our realtors timestamps on the reports when they've been opened by their customers, how many times they've been open. And then lastly, they actually also have a way to manage the information, because I may have been working with a customer for 6 months. Well, did I send them that golf course 6 months ago or that community? Well, now they can come into their managed reports and just hover over the report and see what was contained and what I had sent to them. So many time-saving benefits to make their service elevated and to save the realtors time. So yes, they have two options, because we know the ebbs and flows of real estate. If they sign up for the free tier, they can upgrade to MUA Pro. For anyone that signs on, we automatically give them a 30-day free trial to MUA Pro so that they can test drive it and see if it would be a benefit to their business before deciding. And then likewise, maybe they only service here during the winter months. So during the summer, they don't need to be paying for it. And then they come back, they can reactivate it as well. So we've made it very flexible for our realtors to choose the way that fits best for their business.
I love it. So last and final question. I have a lot of real estate agents that I work with that are not in Lee County or Collier, Southwest Florida. So what do you see as your next county of attack? And what and how long do you see this going national?
Well, and here is, we have a 10-year rollout plan, but that's actually nationwide. Where we are actually going to be here is launching Lee County currently, and then Collier County will be the second, which we hope to launch early next year. Once those two counties are done, then we're going to go after the venture capital and raise the funds to launch this simultaneously in many regions. So we have a very aggressive 3-year rollout. The beauty here is that we are going to target those primary regions where real estate is booming. But the good news too is, for those realtors that may be in other states, they're often referring customers to Southwest Florida. So it's still also a huge benefit to them to sign on, because then they can actually start looking at the info to hook those customers and be able to have a stronger referral base. So it has many benefits, even in its current state, for out-of-state realtors as well.
Yeah, I think it's so great. It's a great listing tool. It's a great buyer agent tool. This is really, really awesome. So thank you so much for showing us the higher level of it. I noticed that when we first got here and logged on, you had something scrolling atop for a register for the webinar. So do you offer free webinars for agents to go and, see what it's all about?
Yes, great question. So exactly, we do weekly webinars, Monday evenings at 6 or Wednesday mornings at 10 a.m. So anyone that may be interested can just go to myundercoveragent.com and register right here. And then if they are a realtor and they want to just jump right in, all they have to do is click the Get Started page. The only requirement we have is for their NERDS number. And then once they sign and fill this in, they will receive an email to onboard, which takes literally 5 minutes. And all they'll need is their brokerage logo and their agent picture, and they'll have direct access into all of the data. So yes, that is how they can onboard. And one of the things, as we're closing here, Danielle, that I like to share is that Andy Florence, the founder of CoStar, made waves within the residential real estate world back in late 2020 with the purchase of HomeSnap and Homes.com. When he was interviewed by Brad Inman and asked, why is CoStar moving into the residential real estate world? He stated, because no one on Wall Street currently is empowering the realtors with content. Well, my undercover agent is here to solve just that. So hopefully your viewers will check us out. And if there are any questions, we would love to hear from you. And I know that our website and phone number, we're going to post that after here. So do feel free to reach out.
Yes, absolutely. Thank you so much for being on. I think it's amazing. I love seeing super successful women excelling. This is awesome. Yeah, everything that you have is such a huge and useful tool for real estate agents. I have so many ideas on how agents can actually utilize this to get more buyers and get more sellers, because it's not just about, using this for the ones that you're currently working with. It's how you can find more buyers and more sellers to help. And so if anybody wants more information on this, please reach out to Kari. Her information is in the video at the bottom. And you can do a live, is the webinar live? Are they live?
Yes,
okay.
I teach them myself to give you that firsthand explanation of how you can apply it to your business.
Awesome. So do a live webinar, sign up, try the free version, upgrade. It's got a lot more information, it seems there. It's awesome. So this is definitely a great tool to help our buyers and sellers in this area, as well as to generate more leads for more buyers and sellers. So I really appreciate you being on. If anybody has more questions, Kari's information is at the end of this video. And thank you so much. I love it.
Great, thank you. It was a pleasure being with you all today, and thank you for the invite, Danielle. We appreciate it.
Yes, absolutely. Have a great day, everybody. Bye.